for suggestions for videos for Vlogtober. Many of you, more than one, asked for a craft, or if I had planned to do a craft. And honestly, I had been thinking about it, and I've been kind of racking my brain, like, what do I want to do? I couldn't think of anything. And then finally, it dawned on me something I could do. So, this is my fall crafting video. I have had this scarecrow for years and years. I can't even tell you how long I've had it. More than 10 years, I'm sure. I think I got it at Walmart. I can't remember for sure. But I've never really used it because it's one of those that's supposed to be like stuck out in the yard. And I didn't want to put it outside because it's so cute. Look at his adorable face. I couldn't put this outside and let it get ruined. And so I've never successfully found any place for it in the house. And then it dawned on me. I could take this stick off. I'm sure it's just stuck up inside styrofoam up in the body. And make a door hanger out of it. And then I have this wreath. I think I got it at Joann Fabrics last year before they closed. I think it's specifically meant to be a Christmas wreath because of the red berries. But with the undertones, like the dark, the not, how should I say it? This is not exactly a Christmas green. You know what I'm saying? Could definitely be used for fall as well. So I thought I could repurpose this wreath, finally find a use for this scarecrow, and make a door hanger or a wreath, kind of a wreath, a fall decor for my door. My door has a screen door to protect it, so these would not get ruined by the weather. So that's what we're going to do today. We are going to do some repurposing of a wreath in this scarecrow. I'm going to use some of this ribbon that I've had in my stash for a really long time. Got this from Dollar Tree. That I think they pretty much always use this or have this available. And then if you saw my latest grocery haul, you will have seen the foliage that I bought to try to use in that wreath. Now these are just some bits of the wreath that came out that I can stick back in there. I think it came out about right in here because that looks kind of sparse there. And then I've got my glue gun going. I'm not sure if I'm going to use a glue gun or if I'm going to use wire ties or if I'm going to use a combination of both to put this together. So let me go ahead and get the tripod set up and let's get started working on this craft together. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is try to take this pole out. I'm assuming it's just kind of shoved up in there. Oh yeah, it's going to come out very easily. I was expecting that to be hard. It was not hard at all. Surprised it didn't fall out on its own. All right, so there's that. Now I'm going to set this aside and I'm going to work on the wreath, and then we'll have to try to figure out how we're going to attach it to the scarecrow. You've seen me in this shirt for several videos, and that's because I love it. It's perfect weight for this time of year. I like to wear it kind of like a little jacket almost. When it's too chilly for t-shirts all on their own, but you don't want to put on a big old hoodie or whatever, this is perfect. So let's see what we can do about getting these berries out of there. It looks like they have them hot glued in, but maybe with a little finagling. Yep, so easy. So when you see something, see a wreath or see whatever, like especially if you're out thrifting and you find something in the thrift store and there's something about it that you don't particularly like, you might be surprised at how easy it really is to redo things and make it how you do like it. This is just a matter of twisting and pulling. And then I'll save these because these are really pretty. I'll save these for another project. If you hear squeaking, it's these chairs. My table and chairs are very old and they're very squeaky. And I keep thinking I want to get a new table and chairs, but tables and chairs are expensive and just don't want to spend the money on it right now. Okay, so I don't know if I am going to be able to find where these fell out. So I might just find a bare space. I want to make a bow. So I'll put the bow down here because there's kind of a bare space there, but I'll just kind of stick these in. I'll just use a little bit of hot glue. And stick these back in here in some bare spots. I should have my fingertip protectors. I do have them available, so I can use those if I need to. So there was that one that fell out. And then this one, stick it in right there. I have to try to keep this oriented so that this is the bottom. So I don't know if I'm going to be using all of these picks or not. I didn't know how many to buy, so I just bought extra. You know, you always find uses for stuff. So I'm just going to go ahead and start cutting these leaves off of here. I got my wire cutters. And I don't want to leave a really long stem, so I'll just kind of cut them about there. And I'm just going to cut one bush at a time so that I don't have too many cut at once. So I'm just going to go ahead and just start tucking these in here. All right, I think that's what I'm going to do with the leaves so far. I have extras, obviously, that I can add in as need be. I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the bow on because that way it's easier to work around it. Now, I had a little bit of a remnant here that is probably going to be enough, so I don't have to open up this other spool. So let me go ahead and get a bow made. I am not very good at making bows, so I don't want to make it on camera because I am not, don't look to me to figure out how to make a bow. I'm not good at it. So let me get my bow made and get it put on the wreath, and then I'll bring you back. Got my bow. It obviously needs to be fluffed and I need to dovetail the ends, but I've got a zip tie attached to it, and that's how I'm going to attach it to the wreath. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use some of these little pumpkins. I also got these green ones, but they're a little bit bigger. And so I don't know if I'm going to use these bigger ones or not. I'd kind of like to, though, because it ties in the green from the scarecrow. So maybe I will try to fit some of these in there. These are nice because they have clips on them. All right, there's the wreath done. Isn't it cute? That is so cute. So now we got to figure out how we're going to affix it to my scarecrow here. I want it to be kind of like on his belly. Almost like he's holding it, but not quite. All right, I've been fiddling with this for a little bit to see how I could affix this to him. He has got a twine belt, and so I put a zip tie through the belt, and I'm going to put it around the wreath and affix it that way. And then we'll see how tight that is. Like, I don't want it wobbling around. Oh, that's not going to work because it's too low. All right, I am going to have to take a little bit of time to figure this out. So I will bring you back once I get this wreath attached to the scarecrow, and then I will explain to you how I did it. What I did was I wrapped a zip tie around the wreath. Then I put it through the loop and wrapped it around the scarecrow's shoulders. I did that on both sides, but then I also had to put a ton of hot glue there to hold it up against his chest, because otherwise it wanted to kind of flop forward. So what I'm going to do to disguise these zip ties is I'm going to obviously cut the tails off. Make sure they're nice and snug. And then in order to cover up these zip ties, I have some of this burlap ribbon that doesn't have the lace on it because he's a boy. And boys don't wear lace. And I'm going to just kind of tuck it down behind the wreath so you can't really see it. Hot glue it down there. So I'm just bring it down and tuck it into his waistband here. that looks so cute. You see that? That looks so cute. And there's the back. All right, now there's only a couple more things I need to do to this. I'll fluff the bow after I hang it, but I do want to cut dovetails in the ends. Now the last thing we need to do is figure out how I am going to hang this on my door. I don't want to hang it on the head because I have a feeling it's held on there just about as well as the stake was. In fact, I think I might stick some hot glue in there. But how am I going to hang this little dude? Maybe I'll run some twine under the zip ties, under the overall straps, and then have it that way. Have some twine that way. All right, I'm going to put the hanger on it. I'm going to glue his head on a little better, and I'll get it hung on the door, and then I'll give you the final reveal. There he is. Oh my goodness, he's so cute. Oh my goodness, he is so cute. I gotta pull off the glue strings. But oh, look at him. Oh, sorry, I'm not giving you a very good view. I'm messing with stuff. Look at him. Oh, I love it. The only thing that would make him better is if he had a little crow perched on his shoulder. I looked at Dollar Tree and Walmart for a little crow, and I couldn't find any. So I don't know if I'll see if I can find one on Amazon that's the right size. I don't want to order like a dozen of them or anything, but he's so cute. I just love him so much. But there you go, friends. There is a craft project for you. Thank you for telling me that it was something you were interested in, because then it really made me think. It made me give thought to what was I going to do? Can I do something? Because I don't like to do crafts just for the sake of doing crafts. I like to do crafts for a purpose, whether it be something I can use in my home or something I can give away as a gift. So you guys made me get my thinking caps on, and I'm so thankful that I found a use for this adorable scarecrow and a repurposing of that wreath, and it really didn't cost me anything, hardly. A couple dollars at Dollar Tree for some leaves and the pumpkins, but everything else I already had in my stash. Well, I had closed out this video and was going to get ready to edit it and post it. And then I just kept thinking about it, and it's like he needs a crow on his arm. So I went down and ordered some crows. The smallest package I could get were 6 crows. So I'm going to have to find someplace else in my decor to use those other crows. But I ordered them, and they came 2 days later. And so now I can officially close out this video, because the crow was exactly what this little guy was missing. And I just think it's so adorable. I just love it. I absolutely love it. It is so stinking cute. So now at this point is when I am going to officially close this video, because that last added touch has been added, and I think it turned out perfect. So thanks you guys for inspiring me to try to figure out a craft to do, because I do enjoy crafting. I just didn't have any inspiration until you guys prodded me into figuring something out. So thank you guys for that. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comments section below, and I will see you all again in the next video. Thanks for watching, friends. Bye-bye.